Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to Leaders in Light, Love, and Legacy, airing every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zeno Radio /Fave Unite Radio. I am Joy Ruffen, Leadership and Signature Style Specialist, your minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings. We're here today and every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Zen Radio /Fave Unite Radio FM, diving into honest conversations about power, presence, and purpose, yours. I'll be sitting down with a featured guest speaker most every week who will bring fresh insights on the divine masculine and feminine and all that it entails, because we all carry both, no matter who we are and what gender. It's all about alignment, leadership, and building a legacy that's true to you, no matter the generation you're in. So whether you're old school, new school, not quite school, you're listening in for inspiration and direction, or just a new perspective. It's all meant to stir something in you. Remember, you're here to be ignited. There's always more waiting for you at joyruffen.com. Now you are my League of Eagles. So just get comfortable. Sit back, whatever it is, or maybe if you're driving, drive safe. Let's get into today's conversation. Oh my goodness gracious, who said that so many years ago? Let me give you a little bit of a background about my featured guest speaker. Ooh, I love her name. It's Nathalie Chauvel. Has a French touch turn to it, doesn't it? This lady is young and dynamic, and she is the CEO of Synergy Pro Solutions and a leading AI success coach. Well, isn't that where we're at now? If you're not in AI, oh my goodness, what would they say somewhere? What's wrong? She specializes in helping small businesses streamline their workday, optimize operations, and professionals maximize their skills using AI tools. That's you, that's me, right? With a passion for innovation and growth. I just adore this young lady. Well, let me just be honest. I adore all the people I bring to you. Nathalie empowers businesses and individuals to thrive in today's fast-changing digital world. Oh, just take that to heart and soul. I'm passionate, she says, about making AI simple and accessible for small businesses and professional entrepreneurial people. I love sharing actionable tips that people can immediately apply to see real results in their workday and career growth. I'm excited to bring Nathalie to you because her energy and her values and her practical insights are beyond what you're going to find out and discover in all the tips and nuggets that we'll be sharing with you today, to you, our audience. So here, let's just say hello and welcome. Nathalie, how are you, my love, and welcome.
I'm good. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Even when I'm not good, Nathalie, I'm good. Now, I have an innate love for the French culture, so I want you to share with us a little bit about your name, about how you came to do the work you're doing, because your title fascinates me. The CEO of Synergy Pro Solutions and an AI success coach. So give us a little bit of background before we get into the nuts and bolts of what you're doing.
Yeah, so I have a very interesting background. I went to school for fashion merchandising. So I've always been in business. From there, I worked for a fashion education, higher education, placing students in the fashion industry. So that recruitment and placement and business development interest came from there. And when I spent 8.5 years there, I've always wanted to live abroad. As you mentioned, I am French descent. And I received my beautiful name from my beautiful parents, who unfortunately is no longer with us. However, they've always saw me running a business, and that's always something I strive to do. So I always wanted to, because I embrace cultures, other people's cultures. I love meeting people from all different countries. So I've always wanted to live overseas. So I moved to London by myself. And from there, I fell into recruitment. And I spent about 8.5 years in London. Met some amazing people, traveled a lot. And from there, I've learned a lot about recruitment agency and how things are run in the UK. And I fell into coaching as well. I did a little bit of coaching here and there, but it wasn't like a business at the time, but it was something that I've always been interested in.
I think what you're sharing with us thus far, Nathalie, is really fascinating because you're giving us nuggets about, and some of it I can relate and connect to one and the same, because you said you always wanted to live abroad. And your parents, I suppose, supported you in that. So you went to London. But what the connection, and we have so many that you and I have, is that you started off in the fashion business, and yet you went into higher education and recruitment and coaching and all of that good stuff. And in many ways, different, somewhat journey, but I'm on the same, because I did a lot of telemarketing, a lot of coaching, a lot of personnel, HR, and all of that. So I get it. But and also I heard running a business. Which, yes, as an entrepreneurial, young, dynamic lady, that was not easy, but somehow you always had that seed. Where did that come from? Did your parents instill that in you? Did you just always have this hunger, this thirst to have your own business and to support others? A little bit about that.
So my parents always pushed my sister and I to do what we felt was something of interest to us, so they basically supported us into whatever we wanted to do. They wanted to make sure that we went to, they were very big on education. My father was a teacher. So, as long as we went to college and we studied, after that, they supported anything we wanted to do. The interest in business was since I was in second grade when I got into trouble for, trading pencils. Remember those like scented pencils and nice like Hello Kitty erasers. So when I went to Catholic school, my second grade teacher was not happy with me, obviously, but I started a business amongst the table, that area. So it kind of started there. And then from there, I branched into Avon, selling Avon and different cosmetics on the side. So I guess I was always in business and I was always interested. I think my parents always saw me as opening up a boutique with, high-end clothing. Obviously, that hasn't happened. We're in a very different world with AI.
Yes, we are.
So, but that doesn't mean that I may not do that one day in the future. So you never know. I might come out with my own line one day.
Nathalie, I have to tell you, I'm just chuckling away, and I love laughter. With all of my seriousness, I love laughter. And when you said you started a business, you started trading pencils, I
know, right?
of how we began things, it never ceases to fascinate me. And then you went on to Catholic school and doing other things in Avon and makeup, and you stayed in that exterior somewhat business, but I think it's great. So listen, let's get to what you're doing now. And thank you for that sharing, because you made me, I love laughter. And it'll stick with me, trading pencils. That was the seed beginning of a business. And it was a business. But now you're the CEO of Synergy Pro Solutions, an AI success coach. How did you get to, and what brought you? Because AI is in the stratosphere. It's in the air. It's everywhere. What is it about AI that brought you to, this is where I want to be and this is what I'm going to do?
So I never understood what AI was at the time when I was working for a large corporation. And I got laid off, and there was an article about that company after I got laid off, saying all of the jobs are going to be taken by AI. And my friend had sent it, artificial intelligence. I didn't understand, I knew little bits of it, but I didn't understand what that meant to me at the time until I joined my contract role, my next role. And they started talking about ChatGPT and all of that. So I wanted to explore a little bit more because myself, I've always wanted to write a book, but I've never been really good at spelling and that wasn't my forte. I had I'm more of an ideas person. Yeah. I mean, I didn't study English, but I'm more of an ideas person. I always have great ideas. So I thought about getting a ghostwriter. But when I heard all of this about AI, I wanted to explore it more and understand it more. And when I got laid off from my contract role, I thought, this is something from the universe telling me that maybe it's time with everything going on to just start my own thing. Is it easy? No. I'm never going to tell anybody it's easy to start a business. However, I think it's easier now than it is maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because we have more tools and we can do it from home. You don't need a space. So I love that idea, and I love being at home, especially coming from the pandemic and everything we've all been through.
Yes.
I just thought,
Let me stop you for just a second, because you said something, and this is one of the reasons that I resonated with you, because I think I heard you say this somewhere in one of the groups that we belong to, but you said, is it easy? When people say, oh, it's so easy, I understand that, but it isn't easy for everyone. It's easy for them. So what we are here to do, all of us, no matter what our wheelhouse might be, what area of expertise we have at our disposal that's innate within us, to say it's easy to somebody else who's struggling with it, I don't care how easy it is for you, it's not even fair. And to me, that's not good coaching. That's not good consulting, because you want to find out how they will find it easy and fun and enjoyable for themselves. Exactly. And this is one of the reasons why I was attracted to you, Nathalie, because I think I heard you say somewhere, it's not easy, but it's fun and it's a great learning tool and blah, blah, blah. So continue with that, because this is one of the things that resonated with me when I heard you say that some time ago. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a good coach if I told anybody that it's easy. Life is not easy, but we're here to learn. And I think even though you're not in school anymore, we learn for the rest of our life. And I take that opportunity to learn more about AI.
There you go.
And from there, because I started my career coaching business, I thought just from coaching my clients that there was more of a need for someone who can help women out there that is fearful of AI, which that is a thing right now, who's fearful of starting a business, which I'm here to tell you shouldn't be. And I'm here to help everybody to remove that fear. And then also to help people out there to say AI is not going to take your job away. If anything, embrace it and learn it.
Yes. I so agree with that. You know why? Because what I've discovered and you have discovered, and I think anybody, as Momsy would say with half a brain, is that AI can support you in so many ways. But until it gets the flair, the flavor, and the flow of how you think and what you want to project and say, it can't take over. And if it does, anybody will see and know in a short time, Nathalie didn't write that. Joy didn't write that. That's AI. You want AI to flavor and add some spice to what you're doing, but it has to be your heart and soul. That's what you're saying. Am I correct about that?
Yes. I think with AI is a tool to help you, to assist you, not to take over for you. Like you said, you don't want it to sound robotic, and that's what AI could do. However, what you can take from AI is as an assistant and help you through what it is that you're working on. It could be a project. It could be a book that you're writing and you may need help with some research, and that AI can help you with the research, or maybe editing, maybe showing, certain aspect of what you've written is not right, but let's change it up a bit. I don't agree with what you just brought up. And I think a lot of people are utilizing AI to take over everything that they do. And that I don't agree with. I think AI should be used as a tool. And I think a lot of companies who are doing restructuring, that's what they're doing. They're taking specific jobs that a person doesn't, it's taking away from their responsibility, and let the AI deal with certain aspects of your job. And then the human can deal with the AI, help to maneuver the AI, and do other things that they've always aspired to do, if that makes sense.
That makes beautiful sense and beautifully shared, because I think that's the nucleus of what has to be. Because until we get that and understand that, a lot of the people who are so fearful of AI, and I was one in the beginning, but now I see how once you connect with what you want to say and relay it to them, they can, he, it, whatever it is, a robot, they can support you in that. How do you get your small businesses and entrepreneurial people that you're working with to streamline their work days using AI? Based on what you said just now, there's so much that AI can do to support and aid what your ultimate aim might be. So how do you get that to be a streamlining process for the companies and individuals that you work with?
So right now, my company is coming out with an AI assistant. So there's more details to come on that. The AI. So for example, let's say you're paying $40,000 to $100,000, and I'm saying a huge range because it really depends on what state you live in right now, right? You're paying, let's say, an operator or an assistant to do certain tasks like answering the phone or taking a message or relaying the message. Or there's some businesses like mine, for example, I'm going to point myself out, that maybe cannot afford at this time to have staff, and maybe they're losing clients because they're missing certain messages. There, I think an AI can help facilitate all of that and help streamline that. So this way you don't miss out on any clients. You certain tasks that maybe you don't need to hire and spend that amount of money, this AI assistant that I'm coming out with will help streamline that. And then I also help strategize with businesses to see, okay, where are you spending your money? What is it that you need? Are you looking to attract more clients? Are you looking to help manage the workload that you have now? Are you looking to hire staff? And that is what my business does and helps streamline. And it really depends on the business, really.
Absolutely. Most everything my love does. It really does. But let me ask you something. I don't hesitate anymore. But when it comes to you're going to have your own AI assistant. Because I don't know, and I want to ask, and I'm sure if I don't know, there are others out there who are thinking maybe too. You remember back how many years ago, maybe 3 to 5 years ago, when the bot came up and that was out, and most everyone who was in the entrepreneurial space here online had some type of a bot. What is the difference between that bot and AI assistant that you just shared with us that you are constructing, putting into place? And do you know what I'm talking about when I say the bots? Because the bots were very popular so many years ago. Everybody had.
The chat bots. You're talking about
the chat bot. What is the difference between a chat bot, BOT, and AI assistant that you're creating?
So an AI assistant is more of an AGI. It's more of an actual, it's supposed to help with responsibilities. A bot cannot help you with responsibilities. It can facilitate certain chats. So for example, let's say my website has a bot, right? If somebody has a question, they can ask the bot and it will respond with, answering the questions. Now, this AI assistant that I have is actually going to speak to people on the phone. A lot of the times you'll call a company and you won't know that you're speaking to a bot. But it's not going to do.
That's the difference. You just gave me the clue, because the difference between the bot and the AI assistant, you mentioned the word responsibility, but they can respond to you vocal in a voice.
Exactly. So the way you and I are speaking right now.
Right. And a bot cannot do that.
No. I mean, you can create a potential bot to do that, but it's not really called a bot. We categorize a bot, and maybe other companies may say differently. A bot is really to answer like handwritten, like a chat bot, right? Like
Yes.
a lot of websites should have that, because if someone, let's say you have a question, you just message the bot and you'll get an answer right away. However, this is somebody that let's say you call a company. Let's say you call like your local plumber company, and I'm just going to give you one example. And let's say,
give me the example. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's say you call the company, and a person, and let's say I answer, and you think it's me answering, but it's not me. It's an actual AI answering. And that AI will be trained to be able to answer any questions. However, it's not going to be trained to do plumbing stuff. It'll just be able to answer enough questions. And companies have this now, so you don't even realize this is happening. It'll be trained enough to answer questions and then take the message or organize the appointments for that particular plumber.
So unless I'm way off, which is possible, Nathalie, it seems to me that ultimately in time, if not sooner than later, the bot, whatever it is, will be gone. That AI will take over, because people, the human connection wants to hear more of a vocal or some type of human response. Or it appears so. All right, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't think the bot is going to go away. I think it's necessary to have it as a chat bot in a lot of websites per se, but it's not going to be used to like talk to people. You know what I mean? I don't consider it as the terminology bot anymore. Like you call somebody and you're like, oh my God, I just got off the phone with the bot. But that is the case. Some companies still use bots and maybe still will. But in the future, no. Yeah, you're right. It probably will go away.
Well, I never cared. Yeah, I'm sorry to interject, but I never cared for the bot, because to me, there was just like, I'm old school and happy to be. There was no human interaction. It seems like more so the AI assistant that you're building and putting out into the fore at some point soon will be more of a human connection, where I'm assuming you can add your voice to it so it will respond to you. Because let's say for a calendar, if you want people to make appointments with you and that type of thing, they can orchestrate and strategize that calendar and give you, I think something like that is very useful. And that's something that I'm going to be needing soon. So that makes a lot of sense to me. That's one of the ways that you can, how does that play into, because I've done in my younger years, and I loved it. I won every award that they had. Telemarketing, and I heard you say you did a lot of recruiting and coaching and stuff like that, and HR. How does telemarketing for the AI work? Because now when you call, Nathalie, you don't get a human being anymore. You get these machines. Boom, 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 boom. So how will your AI assistant and the future, what is it bringing to us that will benefit us more so than what we get now with all of these automatic machine answers that we get when we call for any assistance or support?
So there's like layers. I feel there's layers, right? And I've done telemarketing myself, right? So there are certain things that you need an AI assistant for. So like organizing your schedule, answering certain questions, but there's certain things you need a human for. So, and that's where the AI can transfer the calls to any questions. So for example, let's say I'm an assistant. I'm personally an assistant for a company. I may not be able to answer certain questions, which that does exist right now. There's certain questions that need to be escalated above me to the manager. So that's the same thing. If you have an agent, an AI agent, handling all of your calls and answering just general questions, or organizing your schedule, there may be certain questions that the AI will say, I'm very sorry, I'm going to get you the right person that will be able to answer you that question. Because just even as an assistant, you may not be able to answer all of the questions. You may have to go above.
That makes a lot of sense, because I think it seems, with the limited awareness that I have, every time I call any company for anything, it's so annoying to me, because you get these machines, and sooner than later, I always wait to get the human connection, because it's just, to me, a waste of time. So I don't know how you're going to expedite and facilitate your AI assistant where 1, 2, 3, it connects and because let me ask you this, and this I think, I know you know, don't you think or feel that most people really want to speak to a human to solve whatever issue they have?
So I think yes and no. Sometimes people don't like to talk to humans and may have a certain...
Really?
Yeah. No, I do think, because I actually saw a special in Japan about Japan where they're changing things, and there's actually humans having certain connections with AI, and they're actually, because they're tired of things that they've seen, even in the dating world, with humans. So
dating world,
right? So again, I think it depends on what the question is. It depends on what it is you need to answer. I'm like you. Many of the times I would prefer to speak to a human, but some people that may have 1 or 2 questions that may not want to talk to a human and might get the answers that they want and is happy with it. So it really depends. I mean, AI is actually, they're coming out with an AI for therapy. Yeah, just think about it. AI has no emotion.
Yes.
Human beings have emotions. We get upset. We're happy. AI is just generally here to help. There's no emotion with it. There's no like you upset the AI or you made the AI happy. I mean, or it's crying because it didn't like the way you spoke to it. I don't think that will ever exist. Maybe one day we'll have a little robot walking around, maybe, but I don't think we're there yet.
I don't think so either. And I'm cracking up again, because what you said is so spot on, because yes and no, and I don't mind being wrong. I love being wrong.
No, you're right. No, you're not wrong.
No, but that's how I learn. And when people say no, yes, and no, and maybe I like that. But what you just said resonates with me, because I think I know that the robot has no feelings, no emotions. And I remember a movie, I can't remember the name, Natalie. I wish I could. I'll maybe Google it later, where this guy fell in love with his robot. He wanted to leave his wife to go with the robot because the robot was answering all of his needs and whatever. It was like bizarre. But when you say it has no emotions, and yes and no, and then you mentioned the dating world. Now, I'm a happy senior. You're a dynamic young lady. So the dating world is big in your generation, more so than mine. So I'm sure that yes and no depends a lot on the AI and what it's doing in that arena. How would you speak to that?
We're all, not me personally, but there are people on not AI apps, but dating apps, right?
Yes.
So if people feel comfortable going on a dating app, I can see one day there be an AI, and maybe other countries have this already, AI that's handling all the dating. Maybe you'll go to an AI coach that handles your dating, or you'll ask questions and then it'll find you the right person. I think that in Asia, they have a dating show with AI.
Yes. I saw that somewhere. But you know what you're saying, Natalie? It keeps resonating, and the words keep tumbling over in my beautiful brain, is that honesty. If you're not honest about a lot of the stuff that you're relaying, especially in this dating world, about you and whatever you feel that emanates from your heart and soul, then the dating world, I don't care who and what it is, AI or whatever the service might be, they can't fulfill your needs. So we have to learn that word honesty, integrity. I don't know where that fits in, but that's what came through when you were talking. When it comes to recruitment and HR processes for growing companies, how are they utilizing it today? You alluded to that a wee bit earlier. But I know I'm meeting with a beautiful HR person, I think, in the next couple of weeks. But how is AR processing and growing their companies through this AI new engine that we have?
So I'm glad you asked. So I'm working with a company right now.
Great.
And the AI actually handles all of the sourcing. It doesn't get it wrong. Humans get it wrong. AI, there's no bias with AI. There is with some humans. I say some because I don't want to put everybody in the same bucket.
No. Yes,
so, yes. So AI can get it right. So I'm actually working with a recruitment company right now that's handling all of the sourcing, handling all of the asking all of the, it goes through like an assessment, like the actual candidates go through an assessment, and based on your assessment, your personality assessment, as well as your skill set, will be based on if you meet the minimum qualification of what the company is looking for. Personality wise, skill wise, no matter where you are around the world, the AI will find you, whether you're on LinkedIn, Indeed, another site, Earn Better, whatever it is, they'll find you and put you, and instead of having 100 candidates to send over to the hiring manager, you'll have 5 good ones. But the AI will transfer that candidate over to the recruiter, who's a human, who will then interview to make sure that that is the right candidate to then filter right to the hiring manager. So again, it's been a dream of mine, and I finally work with a company that's done that, that has solved that dream for me, because that is an issue for a lot of recruiters, and a lot of hiring managers are not getting the right candidates, or it's taking 9 months to fill a position, whereas we can fill a position within a week.
Mm-hmm. Nathalie, you're blowing me away. And I hope that those who are tuning in here and listening, that they are getting this, because what you said, things resonate to the marrow of my bones. You said that the AI does not get it wrong when it comes to the informational skills and data that they need for the personality and the skill that the company needs for the position. Mm-hmm. That in itself, and the wasted time in interviewing gobs of people who are far removed from what they really need. And I don't know how AI can scan a resume or a picture or whatever and ascertain right away, that's the person, let's get them in, 4 or 5 or 3 as opposed to 500. I'm exaggerating.
Right?
That's amazing. That's amazing. And what type of business, you don't have to expose, not even expose, but share the name of the company you're working, but what type of businesses are looking for this type of scenario that you just mentioned? Is it financial businesses, insurance businesses, banking? Is it what businesses?
All industries. All industries.
All industries.
I think more small businesses tend to kind of like really lean towards it because they don't have the manpower for it.
Exactly.
However, it's for all businesses. We even work with recruitment agencies who don't have time to source or want to spend time with clients, right? Because that's another problem. I was a recruiter once for a recruitment agency, and
I did it too.
It's so hard to do both, right? You got to do 100 calls. You got to do, but if you can work with a company that can get you the resumes, so this way you can spend as much time, wine and dine all of your clients, it's the best thing. And you're bringing in the money.
Exactly. But let me ask you, how does AI do this? Are they just, let's say I have a position open. I'm a big business and I have 2 slots open at the top. And I am asking and recruiting people to come. How many resumes would AI be able to navigate, to scan? How does it work is what I'm asking. If a big business, or a small business for that matter, is recruiting, let's say a CEO for their banking company, how do they, first off, they send out a notification that they're looking for banking managers, and then banking managers send in their resume and the AI scans the resume? Because if they're only scanning, tell me what they do, because that's what my insatiable curiosity wants to know.
So basically, and again, because I'm not the one that created it and I'm not going to take any credit on that, but
Sure.
From, in terms of what the AI does, all we need is, like a good recruiter like me would do, is interview the hiring manager, have the discussion about the position, take the job description, then we post it. As a recruitment agency, we always post. We don't put the name of the company. We post a position. So let's say it's a CFO, right? I'm just going to throw that out there, and we throw in the industry, what we're looking for. Applicants will apply, but the AI also does a lot of scanning on different websites as well. So once I decided to apply to the position, it will then, based on, everybody is scored. If I'm scored a certain percentage, I will then move forward to the next phase, which is going through an assessment process. The reason why I think the assessment process is good, because a lot of people fudge their resumes.
Yes. And not only that, Nathalie, what you just said here, you've given me the answer, and thank you for that, because if you're giving it to me, others will receive it too. Scanning social media, you and I both know, and everyone who's tuning in here, that people have to be a wee bit more, actually, I'm being diplomatic here, which is not my strong suit, more inclined to be mindful of what they're putting on social media platforms. Because when the time comes for a job seeker, people who are looking for others, they're, like you said, the robot, the AI rather, will scan everything. And if they see something, and maybe that resume was beautifully designed, but if they see something somewhere in social media that doesn't tie in exactly, right? This I've seen and heard. I've seen it. I watch Judge Judy. I love Judge Judy all the time.
I do too.
And isn't she great? She really is. And she's funny.
I want to meet her one day.
I would love to. I would love to. But anyway, what you're saying about the AI would be able to scan social media platforms, and they read the resume and the person who's seeking, all of that, it resonates. So that was a great description for me. And if I received it, everyone else did as well. Yeah.
However, you still need the human to have that discussion afterwards. And I think it's just important to go through that assessment, because at the end of the day, if you kind of fluffed your resume a bit,
yes,
that will
good
come
word.
out on any assessment.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're speaking to. And you were much more eloquent in presenting it. Listen, my love, the time flies here. I don't know where it goes. I say this every darn week because I get excited, and I'm a perennial student, and I'll be this way when I'm 100. But let's talk about, you've alluded to it in so many different ways, but let's wrap this up with the future of AI. Mm-hmm. Blending the human creativity with AI efficiency. Simple ways small businesses can start leveraging AI today. So give us your tips and tools and nuggets, whatever you want to share about that here and now as we wrap this up. And thank you. I don't know about everybody tuning in and listening, but Nathalie, I'm buzzed. I have gotten it. I've received.
And I'm writing a book too. More to come on that, but it's about the recruitment agency. Yep. So I'll be interviewing a lot of people on that. But some of the advice that I would like to give to people is to embrace AI. Have AI help you. AI is really here to enhance your skills. So I just feel that as much leverage that you can do, learn as much, because if I, who has never been techie at all, can learn it and learn more about prompting and having that discussion with AI, I think the scares, the fear will start diminishing. And if you still have that fear, you can always reach out to NC Professional Coaching, Nathalie Chauvel, and I will help you embrace AI. And I have a couple of programs that I'm coming out with that's going to help transition people in their career.
I love that. And I'm happy that you ended that way, because I wanted to ask you, how do people connect you? We're going to be doing a poster design with your information across it and posting that, and I'll be sending it to you. But for here and now, just so they can hear it as well, you have a website, and that website is?
So it's Synergy Pro Solutions LLC .com. So that's my consultancy business. So they can reach out to me there, or you can just email me, ncprofessionalcoaching@gmail.com.
Terrific. Both ways. My lady, I tell you, I just celebrate you because there's so much synergy between you and I, because I love technology and I fly by the seat of my pants, but I love it. And I have no fear anymore for AI. So that's why you and I will be spending more and more time together, however it comes about. So thank you for your time. And thank you. I'm going to put you in the green room as I end it here. And any parting words, any takeaway you want to leave us with? I think you've given us so many nuggets.
I think fear equals learning. So any fear or scariness that you have, take that into hunger to learn.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you're using some of my favorite words. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Oh my good. Tuning in to Leaders in Light, Love, and Legacy. I am Joy Ruffen, your minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings. How I love saying that. If something in today's conversation struck a chord, then let's keep the connection going. Visit with my featured guest speaker and visit with me, joyruffen.com, to learn more about the work I do and the offerings I share and the message we're spreading together, you and I and our featured guest speaker. You can also reach me directly at my cell number. I have no fear of giving it out, 772-240-9810. Yes, that line leads directly to me. And visit me. If today's conversation sparks something, my featured guest speaker, Nathalie Chauvel, has so much to share with you. So make sure you connect with her. I hope it sparks something in you and you're ready to go deeper. Visit with me at joyruffen.com. You'll find a space to connect, explore, and tap into free resources that change and grow as we do. Whether it's style, leadership, or living your truth, there's always something new waiting here and there just for you. So until the next time, my League of Eagles. Oh, I love saying that too because you are eagles. Nathalie is an eagle. Stay present, stay bold, and keep soaring. Remember, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be right here on Zen Radio/Fade Unite Radio FM, sending you much love from my heart to yours. Until the next time.